Hello. Hi, my name's Sam, and I'm 32 years old. I'm Australian. I was born on the east coast of Australia in Penrith. I grew up in Coffs Harbour, and I've moved around Australia a lot over the last 15 years. Currently, I'm in Fremantle in Western Australia, where I have lived for over 2 years, at least in Western Australia. I spent about a year in Perth, and now a year and a half in Perth, and now I'm probably about 6, 7, 8 months into living in Fremantle. I'm in my studio apartment on Ord Street, near the centre of Fremantle town. There's a beautiful big hill behind me. That's Monument Hill. I own this studio apartment. I like this studio apartment. It's nice. It's really nice, but it doesn't always feel like home. I am making this video journal entry to record, with the aim to potentially continue to record my experiences in life, so that I can look back on them or share them if I ever get the courage to do so. Because I feel like two things, I suppose. I've always been drawn to sharing my life experiences. I don't know what the psychology behind that is. Probably positive, probably negative, like most things. And I think the second one is twofold. I think one is to try and find my voice as a person. Try and find my voice as a man, and with the hope that these journal entries might resonate with someone, if only myself. Sometime in the future, or perhaps this is just a therapeutic process, but hopefully it helps someone. Ideally, it would be amazing if it helps me, and it'd be even better if it helped another person. I'm not entirely sure what I will talk about in totality, but I know there are certain things that I would like to talk about. Depression, anxiety, probably an upcoming ADHD diagnosis, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, my experience as someone that fares very well in social circumstances, under certain conditions, while also having very persistent and debilitating social anxiety. Some of the experiences, a bit of, I think some degree of paranoia, some degree, there is some underlying mental health things that I want to speak about because they affect my experience. And that's okay. All of these things are okay. They don't make me who I am, but they're a part of who I am. And I want to talk to them. I want to talk about them. Just so I know that I'm not alone. I am also an external processor. I process things I think I process a lot of things by talking through them, which can be a bit arduous. Maybe it can be arduous for myself. I think it can be arduous for my friends. and partners at times. That can be a challenge. And so I think talking in this format maybe will help me just get things off my chest. I would like to talk at some point about my childhood, both the positive and the negative, the things that were just so amazing and grateful for that have happened in my life, in my childhood where I grew up, and the friends that I had there. I think to record and continue to solidify the narrative of my life through a lens of positivity, but there's also things that have affected me, negative things from my childhood and my adolescence and my adulthood. And I think that part of this process of talking through my life experience is to try to find a place of comfortable tension, unpack the tension between the things that I feel so much gratitude for and the things that I've really struggled with, and the tension between those two things, and sometimes the sense of shame and guilt that I feel not being happy and not being grateful. It's like there are so many things in the present moment I can be so grateful for, and I practice gratitude, and but I battle daily, sometimes daily for weeks and months with these different tensions in my life. I somehow simultaneously am happy and really sad, and resilient and incredibly hurt, thankful and angry. Hello. I've put a jumper on. I had run earlier, so still had some body heat, but it's started to cool down. Ooh, the sun. I want to talk about friendship. I want to talk about friendship. Relationships, as I see them and have experienced them, the good and the bad. As a middle-aged man, I guess. I'm a middle-aged man. I'm 32. And I suppose get some things off my chest, but also I want to express, is penance the right word? I'm not sure. I want the opportunity to, and I think this is what I meant by voice earlier. I want the opportunity to voice my frustration, the frustration I feel with my experience, the hurt that I've felt with my experience, the great things that I've had in my experience, but also the things I deeply, deeply regret, and spend some time unpacking for myself and others why I think things have happened in my life, both why things have happened to me and why things have happened that I have caused, and most importantly, why I have behaved in ways that haven't been well received, haven't been things that I'm proud of, or haven't been conducive to developing friendships, and why I think I also would like to unpack why I've struggled with these things. There's, I spoke earlier, I think there's some deep people-pleasing elements to my psychology. There's deep rejection sensitivity. There's experiences in my childhood related to my father's mental health. And I will unpack this further, but he suffered from psychosis when I was a young teenager, and my parents had divorced. I spent a lot of time with him, and I became very sensitive to his stress and his mood and his mental well-being. And I think during that period, if I hadn't already had a natural knack to do so, I developed a very relatively, what I would consider a very astute ability to perceive people's, read people in a way, to manage how I behave and manage how I am around them. And that's a survival mechanism. For me, it was a coping mechanism, and it was a survival thing. And the way that's translated with a myriad of other things, when I'm not behaving very well, and then my social relationships start to break down as a result of that, and then also people living their own lives, and then also them not really behaving what I would say very well as very nice people. All of that for me is very overwhelming, and I think that part of this process is me trying to articulate for myself some kind of understanding as to why these things happen, why certain relationships in my life have fallen apart, and to understand and to develop a truer sense of what friendship is. And to get back to that point, I think also just take accountability, express publicly, express openly accountability for the things I've done in my life that have hurt people. Like I have hurt people's feelings, and I fucking hate that. Like, anyway, that's, everyone does. It's okay. But, I think this is going to be interesting. I think this will be interesting. Interesting for me at least. I think what I will say right now is, if you happen to come across this at any stage in your life, no matter who you are, whether I know you, I don't know you, I used to know you and I don't anymore, whether we were friends and we're not friends anymore, no matter what, whoever, if you come across this and you need someone to speak to because you're going through a hard time, or you're feeling lonely or dejected or rejected or unsure about who you are as a person, and you just want someone to talk to, reach out, please, to anyone. But feel free to message me. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to talk to you. You're not alone, and there are people out there in the world trying to improve things for themselves and for others, and despite their faults, of which each person has many. And yes. Anyhow, that's this done as well. Oh, and I think I also want to share fun things, like my passions. Passions like journaling, things like yoga and meditation and Vedantic philosophy and mystic Gnostic Christianity, and who knows, I don't know, books I'm reading, trips I'm going on, things I'm thinking. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I love you, and be well. Thanks.